GTA 6 cover art has been revealed and it contains a lot of hints and interesting details that we are going to talk about in this video. So this cover art has actually been given to us in several different sizes, as you can see. In today's video we're going to break down the landscape version because it gives us the clearest view of every piece of art in this cover. And the one you see on your screen right now is probably the version that will be used on the physical disc boxes that you'll be able to buy in retail stores. First of all, I want to compare it to the artworks of previous GTA games, like of course the original GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, GTA 4 and GTA 5. In the top left corner, as you can see on almost every cover, there is a helicopter. For GTA 6 they chose to use the Sea Sparrow helicopter, which was in the original Vice City game, and we can also find it in GTA 5. But this one actually has a minigun, and if we look closely at the background we can see two boats, if I'm not wrong, and the scene seems to be taking place basically in the center of Vice City. It also seems like Jason might be controlling that helicopter, although I could be wrong about that. Then in the center, of course, we have our main protagonists, Jason and Lucia. The art we see of them here is actually a separate artwork, which as you can see is much bigger. We can see Lucia and Jason, the Ferris wheel in the background, and Vice City. Basically it is somewhere in the center. And thanks to Sauco and the mapping community, we know that this island they're standing on with the beach and the palm trees is actually not real. As you can see from the mapping community, there is nothing there in the actual map. They basically created it just for the artwork and for that one shot, but it's not actually there. If you look at Lucia again, she is wearing her favorite boxing glove necklace, the one she wears in almost every screenshot and trailer moment. She also has a pistol called the Nipa 38, which was made in Brazil. She has some scars and blood stains, which implies that she and Jason were probably involved in a heist or something like that. Talking about Jason, you can see his tattoo, which has been shown multiple times, the same Marauder tattoo. We know that he served in the army, and we saw that tattoo in trailer 2 and some screenshots as well. And he's actually wearing the same chain he wore previously. And once again, if we move here, we can see the Ferris wheel that we saw in the screenshots that came along with trailer 2. So this is basically the same place, just from another angle. What is also interesting is that this artwork, if we go to the website, is named Jason and Lucia 3. That is interesting because not every artwork has a number. As you can see, Jason and Lucia Mattel does not have a number, and other characters' artworks do not have numbers on them. But this one, along with Jason and Lucia 1 and Jason and Lucia 2, does have a number, and that seems to correlate with the trailers. Jason and Lucia 1 went with trailer 1 and actually was the thumbnail, and Jason and Lucia 2 was the thumbnail for trailer 2. So this probably means that the artwork we have here will be the one that goes along with trailer 3 when it launches, which might be as soon as next Thursday, June 25th, together with pre-orders. The next thing is the bike doing the Willy. It looks very nice. He's actually riding the bike called the Principe Alvina Vivan. We saw Jason riding the bike just like that in one of the screenshots, and it is actually a new bike. You can see the very cool livery here, it looks nice. So obviously customization will be on a very high level, and I'm not even talking about modifications that will make your bike faster and so on. The guy riding it has some style too. Just look at him. He looks very nice. He's probably part of the gang called Sun for Sun in GTA 6. Because if I'm not wrong, they used to drive dirt bikes and bikes overall. Of course, this one is not a dirt bike, but it connects to the ride-outs they have in Miami and the ones we saw in trailer 1, so it definitely is possible. You can also see a cop car, and the scene seems to be taking place in Little Haiti, but it is definitely in Vice City because you can see the high-rise buildings in the background, so it's not far away from the city center. What is even more interesting, and what we will talk about in a bit more detail, is that the cover art for GTA 6 was clearly heavily inspired by the original Vice City cover art. As I said, we have the helicopter on the left side and the bike on the top right side. We have the cover girl on the left side, which has appeared in every GTA game. Then we have Raul Batista at the bottom, and in Vice City cover art we had Lance Vance on the bottom right side as well. We also had the yellow supercar, and we have it here too, which we will talk about later. And of course the boat is also present just on the other side. So they definitely took inspiration from that artwork and that cover art, and it looks absolutely amazing, and I really like that. So let's continue with the cover girl. As I said, she appeared before in GTA covers, the iconic GTA 5 cover girl, the GTA 4 one, the Vice City one, and the cover girl from GTA San Andreas. This is how she looks in GTA 6. She is obviously gorgeous, and I might even say she's bad as hell. She has a tattoo that says Vice Baby. She is drinking a new drink that is called Ta. She is wearing a bikini and a manatees jersey, which looks very nice. We saw that jersey in the trailer and in the short clip because Drake One Priest actually wore the same manatees jersey but with a different number. So it is basically a sports team that will be in the game. She also has a lot of different necklaces, and one of them says siempre, which means always. She also has a tattoo on her wrist saying 305, which is the telephone area code for Miami, and this might be taking place somewhere in front of a hotel or something like that. Either way, it looks absolutely amazing, and I honestly really love her curly hair. Then we have the picture of an alligator. I hope I'm right, because I honestly don't know how to tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator, but I think it is an alligator. And for some reason, this picture just looks very nice. There is not much more to add here. It is just an iconic Florida thing. We saw alligators in trailer 1, in the screenshots, and of course, they will be mainly in the Grass Rivers area. Then we can see Booby Ike. He seems to be a very interesting and pretty important character in the story, because in this artwork we do not see Brian Heder, we do not see Carl Hampton, Real Dimes or Drake One Priest. We only see Booby Ike and Raul Batista, who we'll talk about later. However, Booby Ike seems to be a very big character in the story if he is featured on the cover art. We know that he's a Vice City legend, he owns the Jack of Hearts strip club, where we'll probably get missions. As we saw in the leaks, there will definitely be a mission inside of it, and surely not just one. He's wearing the same outfit that he wore in his artwork that came with trailer 2 and in the screenshot. It is not completely clear where this scene is taking place, but he's probably inside his strip club. Then here we can see a yellow supercar, which is Pegasi. We likely even saw it in trailer 2, when I think Lucia jumped on a moving truck on a highway and tried to steal that car. It was probably the same Pegasi, and it was yellow too, so it could easily be this one. This shot actually takes place on Vice Beach in front of the Boardwalk Hotel, and in the background we can see the Paramore Hotel. Finally, we get to talk about Raul Batista. We actually did not see him at all in trailer 2, but he was in the screenshots, and we also had a description of him. So here, as you can see, he is standing with an AR and a bandana in front of the Sin Frontera National Bank, which is actually the same bank we saw in trailer 2 when Lucia and Jason were robbing it. We also saw a really short clip of Lucia, Raul and Jason doing the same heist, but this time they were outside in the downtown area on the street fighting with cops. As you can see, he has an AR that says Duke, and Duke is an arms company that actually appeared in Red Dead Redemption 2. We also saw it in screenshots where Jason had an AR in his hands, and in the Ambrosia screenshots where the woman from the biker gang had a revolver with the same company logo. And just look at the suit that Raul Batista is wearing and tell me what you see. If you do not know, or if you didn't play the original GTA Vice City, Lance Vance wore a very similar suit, a white suit with a purple shot. Raul was wearing the same kind of outfit now. So I think Rockstar might be trying to trick us here. If you look at the Vice City cover art, you can see different characters like Ricardo Diaz and Lance Vance. Ricardo Diaz was not our ally by any means. He was an antagonist, and Lance Vance betrayed us. Sorry for the spoiler if you did not know, but he turned out to be a bad character. And here in GTA 6 artwork, we have Raul Batista and Booby Ike, so I think one of them may betray us in the story, or maybe even both of them. However, I think that by putting Raul Batista in an outfit similar to Lance Vance's, Rockstar may be trying to make us think that Raul will betray us, but in reality though, the one who will betray us will be Booby Ike. So I definitely believe that something may happen between us and Booby Ike, and he could turn out to be an antagonist in the end, while Raul Batista may actually be a good friend of ours and an ally. We'll see how it plays out, but I think there is something interesting going on here that we just don't know about yet. And the last part of the cover art is the boat. It is actually the Aquarian boat that we saw in the first trailer when a few boats were passing by the Vice City port. One of them, actually the closest one, was the Aquarian. You can also see a pink flamingo and 5 people on the boat, and it looks great. Personally, I really love the cover art. It looks absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait for GTA 6 to come out and to have that disc version. So for now, we're done with the cover art, and this is basically everything you need to know. However, we also have a short clip from the website that showed us in-game footage of the center of Vice City, and we're going to break that down right now too. So what can we see here? This clip is actually really short. It shows us Vice City and then blurs out. But let's break down what we see in the first part. Obviously, to the left side we can see the Vice City port. There are a lot of containers and it looks very busy and loaded. Then what is most interesting is on the right side. You can see the Ferris wheel and the Sahara Arena, which we actually saw in trailer 1. We saw the Sahara Arena when Jason and Lucia were riding on a bridge. We also saw it in the screenshot that came along with trailer 2. As you can see, Sahara Arena and the Ferris wheel are there. Actually, we can also see the cruise ship that appeared in the same screenshot, and it is absolutely huge. It's standing there, it hasn't changed the position from the screenshot. I do not know if it's going to be stationary or if we'll be able to control it, but who knows. Anyway, it's pretty cool and we'll definitely be able to explore it. You can see a lot of reflections consoles. I also saw people talking about the Ferris wheel and the fact that it's not reflected on the water. Some people said that it is probably a console technical issue and that Rockstar did it for performance reasons, but I think when it comes to PC or maybe to PS6 and newer consoles, it will probably work properly. Because do not forget that GTA 6 is a huge game with lots of mechanics and features along with incredible graphics, so of course our current technology may not be fully capable of showing us the entire beauty of the game at this stage, at least on consoles. Maybe on PC it would look much better, but we'll see when it eventually comes out. Then we can see a lot of boats and we can see a lot of cars moving on the bridges. There is a lot of action going on both on the right side and the left side. We also have the beautiful skyline and all those high-rise buildings. The glowing one you can see right there looks very nice. Then to the right, if we look into the distance, we can see some hills. Obviously this is not Mount Kelgar, but it could probably be the place leading up to it. Maybe somewhere around Ambrosia or Port Gellhorn. And to the left we can see some industrial buildings that we saw from another angle. And the Leonidas will probably be somewhere in that direction too. Then the camera moves closer and shows us a pool, as you can see. It also shows us a tennis court on top of a building. We actually saw a basketball court on a building in the screenshots, which is great. And it looks like you'll be able to find tennis and basketball courts almost on every building. You can also spot helicopters and planes flying above. And here on the left we get a good look at the windows. Those are obviously not enterable interiors, as you can see they look like apartments, but you can tell that they're a bit blurry and it's just parallax. So of course it was obvious that not every single building with every single apartment on every single floor would be enterable. But guys, keep in mind that this is just a game. It's a huge game, but they cannot make every house, every apartment on every building enterable, or make each apartment completely unique. It is not necessary, and honestly it would be just too much. Then when it blurs out, we can see the construction site. They are building something, you can see the cranes, and hopefully it does not end up like in GTA 5. Hopefully they will actually finish building those buildings this time. But anyway, it looks very nice. I just really enjoyed this shot. It shows us how beautiful this game actually is, and it's just incredible. That is basically it. We covered the cover art, the artwork with Jason and Lucia, and this in-game shot, which looks absolutely amazing. Hopefully we get trailer 3 on Thursday, June 25th, the day pre-orders go live. That is probably the most logical thing Rockstar could do and probably would do, but we'll see. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm very excited to see you in the next one. Hopefully we'll be talking about trailer 3 in the next video. Bye.